All right. So, if you know me at all, you know Wednesdays are my favorite days to trade. Big moves happen on Wednesdays. Very often, if not on Wednesday. If Wednesday is slow, then usually Thursday is like an absolute banger. So I really like to trade this time of the week. What I want to really push is that I made a video about 0 days on Mondays and Wednesdays for the big tickers. Mostly Mag 7. There's a few outside of it, but I don't care. Like, I really want to focus on tomorrow, Nvidia and Tesla. I said this in my video today, but I really want to focus on where and why, what contracts, etc. So if tomorrow this is my daily trigger, right? For fuck's sake. Right? If this is my daily trigger up tomorrow, where am I going? 1, 2, 3 is practically 2, right? All the way up there. Ultimately, I can go to this Browning formation. We'll just have to see what that looks like. And really, I'm not sure what time frame I drew that on, but it would change to something like this on the day. So we're looking to be up. Max would be about here. Also depends on where ADR is, but regardless, this is a far move, right? So what are we looking at? About $6.50 to get up here, which is great. So what contracts am I going to get in? So because I will be able to trade 0 days, right? I want to be in the 190s. So at open, whenever I have the setup, right? Probably looking at the 5 minute. Whenever I have a setup that's going to continue this day up green is where I want to be, right? So I want 190s and I want 195s. Okay. You can do the 192.5s. I'm sure that they're up there. I haven't looked at the contracts, but I'm sure that they sell those. Which is fine. I want to do the 195s because it's going to be super, super cheap and it's going to be a 0 day, right? So I'm going to do my majority. I'm already swinging, right? So this is apart from what I swung. I'm going to do the majority in my 190s and I'm going to do 195s as like just a YOLO, right? Because if my 190s go 200, 300%, my 195s are going to go significantly more, probably closer to 500% because I'm paying less, right? So that's what I'm looking at for Nvidia. Tesla, same situation. I'm going to be trading a 0 day contract. I already talked about why I like this. Failed 2 down. Obviously, I would prefer it to be green, but you know, beggars can't be choosers here. Similar situation on the week, right? So my 0 day, what am I looking for? Great. Because I have said before that if you don't know where you're exiting, then you shouldn't take the trade, right? You need to know your entry, your exit, and why. So this is my entry. And probably not, actually. Let me look at the 4 hour. I think that there's a better entry. Yeah, so inside 4 hour to trigger the day. Really close. You can see that here, right? Inside 4 hour, trigger the day. Weekly open is actually here. So, oh, pardon me. Weekly open is actually here. So, 4 hour would flip the week green, right? Then we trigger the 4 hour, then we trigger the day, and then we can sail up. So, what are my contracts? Great. Let's see. Probably, because it's Tesla, I could probably get away with like a 420 or even a 425. Here are my targets. I'm going to zoom out. This is old. Right, 1, 2, 3 is practically 2. And then I'm sure something up here would be, we're looking at like monthly situations, but regardless. Yeah, I can get into 420s. I can probably get into 425s, 430s, 435s. It all depends, but you'll be trading a 0 day. So for me, I want to get in fairly early and then just let it ride. And I mean, let it ride for like 15 minutes. So let's see what that looks like on another 0 day. Don't see anything off the bat. So we can just use today as an example. Let's assume that today was a 0 day. If I get in here, this move, what, for 408 to, let's see, 402, right? We're looking at about a $6 move. That's all I need to have a really fun morning. And so I'm looking for something like that, right? 5, 10, 15, about 20 minutes, and I've had a really great morning. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow. SPY every day is a 0 day possibility, so all of that we've talked about. But I really wanted to just mention why I like it, what I'm going to be trading, and where my exits are. If you don't know your exit, you're not doing it right. And again, I just want to push, like, if it's going to happen, you will see it happening. I don't have to be the first one in. I just have to be in when it's obvious, when I can see it. Great example with SPY. I said in the chat today, I said this is your ad on SPY. I hope I can find this domino. It was like a 5, a 30, and a 60. I think it was this. So let's see. Maybe it was here. Let's see what the 30 looks like there. No, I can't find it. I will. So it must have been like up here. So I need to find that 5. It was like a 5, a 30. Yeah. Okay. It was this inside fiver, right? We were going to flip. We had a new hour flip coming. So when this closed, I had one more fiver to finish, or this fiver opened a new hour, right? So this inside 5 and up, right? So I was like, this is your entry right here. I believe I called it an ad because we got in down here, but this was your ad, right? On the hour flip, you get in this inside fiver. What does that mean for the 30? This. Oh, so it must have been a 15 inside fiver. Maybe it was just a 5 and a 60. Oh man, I wish I would have checked this before I made a video on it. But 1, 2, 2, 60. So maybe it was the 5 and the 6. I thought it was a 3 time frame. But what that does turn into is, you know how you've heard people say, see the actionable signal on a higher time frame and then get in on a lower time frame. This is an example of that. A 1, 2, 2. Right, we know this is an actionable signal, right? 1, fail 2 down, 2 up. Okay, I know that that's what the hour looks like. So I want to go down to lower time frames to find my entry. Perfect entry is here on the 5, right? Inside 5 triggers the 1, 2, 2 hour, right? Happens all the time. You can go back and look. All right,